Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm sorry, there's a co-defendant. Do you want me to call him up?
Sure.
Harrison, Kennedy, come on up.
Okay, Kennedy Harrison. Ma'am, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, please.
Mr. Judge, on May 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call at the 300 block of Memorial City Way, Houston, Harris County, Texas, that later concluded as a theft shoplifting arrest. Complainant was working at the JCPenney's department store as the asset protection employee when she observed the defendant and co-defendant remove and conceal an unknown number of gift boxes containing jewelry. Complainant began watching the defendants when the defendants noticed her. She stated that the defendant then confronted her, asking why she was following them around the store. Defendants got in her face. Defendants attempted to swat her phone from her right hand, but were unsuccessful. She stated after attempting to swat the phone from her, the defendants then used their hands to grab the wig affixed to her head and pull the wig in a downward motion.
So this is to the complaining witness.
Correct. She stated she did not initially feel pain from the pulling of her wig, but shortly thereafter felt a swelling pain on the left side of her head. She stated after this occurred, the defendants did not touch her again. It said both. It states that it was both of them were pulled. It said defendants. She stated that the defendants then grabbed their hands, used their hands to grab the wig.
So I see Miss Dixon is only charged with assault, right? Or she got a theft as well? No.
Dixon is just charged with assault. Your Honor, Harrison is charged
With the theft and the assault. Okay. Guys, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you not to go back to JCPenney at all for any reason. Do you understand? You've already seen what I do to people who pick up new cases. I'm not asking you much. I'm not asking you to split the atom. Don't get into trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand? I promise you, I will do everything in my power to protect the public. And if that means putting you in jail, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. What do you do for a living, Ms. Dixon? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I work at Whataburger. And I need some paperwork from y'all because I was trying to work at this daycare. I don't know.
I can't hear you. Speak louder. Come on.
I was trying to work at this daycare. Almost was finished working at this daycare, but at the moment I work at Whataburger.
Okay. How much money do you make a month?
Not that much.
Who do you live with?
My grandma.
Your grandmother? Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Don't get into any more trouble. No weapons, and don't go back to this JCPenney, and don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Harrison, what do you do for a living? Where do you go to school? You're in high school. Where do you go to high school? How old are you? You turned what?
I turned 20 on that day.
And you're still in high school?
Yes, I dropped out and I went back.
Back, get your degree. Did you get your degree or did you drop out?
I couldn't go back for other reasons, but I'm going back soon.
No. You didn't get your high school diploma. You're going to get it now. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You better get in school or get your GED. I'm telling you now, you can't run out in life without a high school diploma. You'll be working at Whataburger for the rest of your life, making pennies to the dollar. Life sucks without money. Trust me. You understand?
Yes.
And if you don't, at the minimum, have a high school diploma, life is going to suck for the rest of your life. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to put you for 2 weeks and I want to see what you've done to get back into school or get your GED. I will give you a lawyer today, Ms. Harrison. No more issues. You understand? Okay, I'm gonna have you both go to Victoria Center, reset, and then I'm gonna have you both take a seat in the jury box. I'll find your lawyer.
I don't have anything on this one. Just stay in school, and don't get in a fight in school. If you got to get in a fight in
Any conditions are appropriate in this case?
Not to camp any new law violations. And no contact.
Well, that goes without saying, right? But what about contact? What contact?
I would ask just for no contact with them, just to play it safe in case there is any problems, Judge. It seems like they could all just be separated. So that's.
I live in Texas City. Texas City. My mom.
Please.
We have the right jurisdiction. We have the right jurisdiction.
So the offense wouldn't be the sexual act, it would be the reporting it to the police.
Yeah, they check things out there, so-
I guess we'll just wait for the OR in terms of the jurisdiction, I guess. that helps enough.
What do you do for a living? Do you work?
Sir,
What do you do for a living? How old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17. Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
That's your first mission in life.
Yes, sir.
You have to graduate from high school. Otherwise, you will never get a good job in life.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you not have anyone in your life that's pushing you to do this? Now it's me. You must get back into either high school or start towards your GED. I am making that a condition of your bond. Also, no dope, no alcohol. I'm going to test you. If I find that you're smoking dope or using alcohol, it's not going to go well.
He says the word dope. That's all drugs.
Yes, sir.
You have to understand a couple things. This is a crime of dishonesty. It's what they call moral turpitude. And if you get this kind of conviction on your record, it's really bad. I mean, it's going to hurt you for work purposes forever and a day. I want you to realize this so that, you're only 17. What you do now is going to impact you for the next 40 damn years. I'm telling you, if you're hanging with dogs, you're going to get fleas. Don't.
Yes, sir.
We need to make sure that you're on the right path. And if you're not, we're going to make sure that you get onto the right path. The first things first is to get your high school diploma.
Yes, sir.
You understand? I'm setting your case for 2 weeks today. When you come back, I want to see what you've done to get a high school diploma. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well between us. And I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you.
Obviously, you can't get a diploma in 2 weeks. You need to make affirmative steps. Bring in proof of those affirmative steps of either the diploma or the GED. So you've spent classes or you've enrolled.
Yes, sir.
If you have any issues, if you need anything, he works and he has services with the public defender's office that can get you anything that you need. But we don't know and we can't help you if we don't know. Don't fall into this trap that you end up with a number on your back, all weather. Just don't. We see it here every single day and it's heartbreaking. Don't let this happen to you. You understand me? Okay. I want to see you. I want you to make me proud. So now, no dope, no alcohol. I want to see, start Googling, get my GED, sign up, and I want to see what you've done in 2 weeks. Good morning, Mr. Worthy. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 15-month deferred adjudication. This is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. That's really important because this is an enhanceable offense, meaning that if this goes on your record and you pick up a second one, you're looking at a felony charge, days instead of years. So it's important that you complete this. You understand?
Sure.
For you to complete this thing, no drugs, no alcohol. You must do an effective decision-making class. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. And if they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. You must also do 24 hours of community service. This is the agreement. You understand?
Sure.
Tell me, did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
You have a high school diploma.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. What are you doing now?
I'm a licensed barber.
Okay, do you have your own shop? What do you,
I work in a shop. Yes, sir.
okay? How much money are you making a month?
A month.
You're doing well, can
So I'm doing okay.
you, waive his fees, please.
All fees.
All
For
fees.
cost as well?
Yes, I'm gonna waive all your fees, so money should never be an issue. I cannot pay for the things outside. You'll be responsible for third-party things, but as far as anything here, it's no cost to you. All we want you to do is complete this thing successfully. And to make it even sweeter for you, if you get everything done quick, if you do it, I'll take you off in 7.5 months if you can get it done quick. Can you get it done?
Yes, sir.
Good. Mr. Worthy, you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen,
Please, order.
there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, you're stuck with us until you complete it successfully or you get revoked. If you do something to violate this agreement, like you pick up a new case, you start smoking dope, you don't do your classes, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. The only thing that we're going to talk about when I bring you out in orange is if you violated this. And if you did, you're looking at up to a year. You authorized me to put you in jail for an entire year. It's no joke. You understand?
Sir.
Can you get it done?
Sir.
All right, man, make me proud. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not gonna find you guilty. I will withhold that for 15 months. All right, sir. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Worthy. If you have any questions, talk to probation and
I have one question. Mr. Worthy has been on a free trial monitor.
take it up. You're good.
Okay.
For sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
You can see it right down if you like.
James,
Yes, Judge.
good morning. How can I help you?
Oh, no, I'm just waiting for the pleas, Judge.
Oh, yeah.
These are both on the two people that were brought into custody today.
Ready with smoke? Come on over this one. Tell them to slide down for me.
Yes, sir.
I'm Mr. Tahada and Mr. Mosley, Judge.
Okay, give me one second. Okay. Mr. Tejada, you got to understand that we don't ask much from you. We really don't. The only thing you have to do is show up. And if you show up, good things happen.
Sir.
You're already on your what, third time that you failed to appear? I cannot possibly continue to give you PR bond after PR bond because it goes against everyone who actually does do well and shows up. Not only that, your case is 236 days old. We can't continue to, no,
Sorry.
stuff, but it's not that hard. Other people are suffering far worse and still shut. So just for you, because you're going through a divorce, more than 3 times you failed to appear, no, really. You're charged with illegal dumping. What have you worked out?
2-4.
So it's 2 days in jail, credit for 4 or 4 days?
No, 2
Two?
days with 4 days credit.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm sure. Yes, sir.
Okay, understand that, what's going to happen now is this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. You can never take this off. Once you do this, you're stuck.
That's fine, my work isn't.
Understand, well, also the reason is because from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up anything else in the future. Do you understand? Okay. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged, read to record. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once you do this, you give up the right to appeal. You can never come back and change this or undo this. You will be stuck with this. It'll be on your record forever. You understand? You still want to do this? Okay. How do you plead to the offense of illegal dumping?
Guilty, sir.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 4 days that you've done. Good luck to you, sir. This is Mr.
Mosley, Judge.
What other criminal history does Mr. Mosley have?
Let's see, in 2018, he has an identity theft where he pled to 5 years. There was a
Whoa,
gambling.
whoa, say that again?
In 2018, he had an identity theft in Clay County. Where
Did he get 5 years TDC on that?
That I don't know, Judge. I can pull up his FBI number to get a more accurate thing, but.
Yeah, could you, because, I'm not down for you just to plead guilty, just to get a conviction, just to get you out. I don't want you to just plead guilty, just to plead guilty,
It wasn't just to get me out. I had the other case in, what's name? I don't want to give you a lot of sad stories. It's just a lot going on. And if I don't get that help, my wife with the kids, she gonna lose her job. This is a domino effect again. We just had to leave Chicago because of the same thing. I just ran all the way. You can take my whole back. I'm from Chicago, so I came out here to change my life, but I was really a bad situation. It's a lot.
But the problem is that that stuff keeps trailing on you.
Yes.
So perhaps it's not the circumstance, perhaps it's you.
No, it was a circumstance, sir. I don't want to bring up the case here because if he tell you about the case, they dropped it all the way down. It was a misunderstanding.
Mr. Mosley, the problem is you can go from California, you can go to Chicago, you can go to Abu Dhabi. The fact remains, whatever state you go to, whatever county you go to, you keep picking up criminal cases. That's the point I'm trying to make. It don't matter where you go. Look in the mirror. No self-control. Is that what the problem is? It's either that or it's dope.
No, it was drugs. It was drugs. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was more than that. I was taking more than that.
Yeah.
I'm not down with.
I understand. I understand, sir. I'm agreeing with everything you said because it wasn't right. I wasn't right at all.
I don't want you to plead guilty.
If I don't judge, it's my wife and everything. I'm already messed up. I want to accept that.
What other criminal history you got?
It doesn't look like it was TDC time. It looks like it might have been from Georgia. And then.
So now we got Georgia in here too? We got Atlanta too? I mean, what other states are we gonna hear from that you got,
Yeah, Chicago, Missouri, here.
He does have the open case in Allen County.
That's what makes me upset. Mr. Mosley, is that like, I don't know if you're getting it.
No, I am. That's why, like, the cases I was in, like, with this one, I was just in the car with somebody. I didn't know the guy more than a week. He said he was coming down.
I'm not taking your plea. I'm not, because I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out. I want to work a different solution so that we get you to stop picking up criminal cases wherever you go. That's what I want to do.
Would you be willing to give him a personal bond, or what would you be willing to do for his bond?
I want you to tell me Why is it that you keep picking up cases? What is it?
Company I was keeping. The company I was keeping. I was running with some bad guys and I let them, after my wife told me.
Shh, please.
She was like, when you went to my home, I still did it and it cost me. I thought after she gave up everything and ran, I still let somebody come around. It cost me. That's why I was willing to accept like anything he did, because I knew it was 100% my fault.
Who are they? Where do they live?
They went back home. He actually incarcerated for murder right now. And back to
Do
Chicago.
you think that's good company to keep?
No,
I mean, what the flip, man? For real?
When we from Judge, it wasn't no like mother or father. They was on our head.
You have kids?
Two.
I mean, you should be there for the kids and no one else. You know, when you're single, it's about you. You can do whatever you want. When you get married, it's about your wife. But when you have kids, your life's not yours anymore, man. It's about your kids. That's the only thing that should matter in your life now, and trying to better yourself so that your kids don't end up like you. I mean, think about this. Would you want your daughter to bring someone like you home? Straighten up and fly right, man. So how do we get?
I'm trying to find something.
Give me. What do we do so that we stop the cycle?
Well, tell you the truth, I always to make it seem like I'm trying to take the joke of this, but well, I had something to ask you before. Even if how this is gonna work out, I was still gonna ask you because I see like it's something I did in school, but I don't know if like you can pay attention to it because how your work go. But like you was a big deal on Instagram, and like I worked Instagram, YouTube pages. I was actually like, can I actually work for your YouTube page or something if you don't have one?
Oh.
I mean, that's another thing. That's neither here nor there, but no.
First concern is your safety and then your kids, and that's it. So let's do this. I don't want to do anything with him today. I'm gonna let you get out. But I want to know what we can do so that you don't pick up any more cases. What do we, no drugs, no alcohol? Do we need anger management? What is it that we need to address so that it stops wherever you go? I don't know. So I have to talk to this gentleman here. I want you guys to go back, talk with Mr. Sims. You let me know what we need to do so that the shisa stops happening. Okay?
So you grant him a personal bond today, Judge?
I will give you a PR bond today if we can work out a solution, how you think it's going to stop happening. Yeah, and if you don't tell me and open up to me, I'm not giving you a PR bond.
I don't understand. That's pretty understandable.
All right, but let me know.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Just step up here.
I know I revoked his bond. I was gonna revoke his, I am gonna revoke his bond unless it's something. Okay. So he's done.
Mr. Tato, step over this way for me.
Yes, sir.
Start your chin.
I'm telling you now that I'm keeping you on an extremely short leash. And the first time you try to play me, I will revoke your bond and set it extremely high. I don't care where you are. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The only reason I'm not taking you in now is I'm trying to give you a chance to be able to take care of these issues so you stop picking up criminal cases. The only way that's going to happen is if you delve deep into yourself and figure out why it continues to happen. Why do you like to keep the company of murderers and thieves? That's why. You're in a stolen car with someone else. You're hanging out with a murder suspect. This is not a good thing. I'm sending you now for a TRAS to see what conditions you may need. In the interim, I want you to start doing anger management classes. And you must provide proof to me every week. And at the first instance, he comes back to me and tells me, no, he didn't give me anything this week. There goes your bond. Do you understand? You and I will remain in contact on a week-to-week basis. If I've not heard to you or from you, the bond goes quick, and I'm not going to play this game with you. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. And I will keep you in, and I will put you to a treatment facility in the jail if need be. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We're going to do this. It's a matter of how we're going to do this. Are we going to do this the easy way, or we're going to do this the hard way? It's going to happen. So if it happens the easy way, it's because of you. If it happens the hard way, it's also because of you. And I promise you, you're not going to like the hard way. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All I'm asking you to do is take a couple of hours every week, 3 into anger management and parenting classes on a weekly basis and providing proof to me.
Okay, no problem.
It can happen if you have the heart and the will. Anything can happen. Sure.
May I do it in Dallas, or do you want me to come back here and do it?
No, I'm okay with you if you do it in Dallas.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
But
That would be close
I
to my
want
kids.
you to understand that I will not entertain any excuses from you.
No problem.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Judge, you want him to do 1 hour of anger management and 1 hour of parenting a week, or you want him to do more than that?
No, I would say probably
1.5.
2 hours of each every week, so 4 hours in total. You're not working, are you?
I am, and because of my brother, he paid me cash, because all I do is more,
Why are you, my point is, why are you taking flights and not a bus? Are you spending $300 to $400 to come here every time?
close to it, probably sometime a little more.
Why not take a bus?
Because last time I took the bus broke down on the way here.
Well, that's not gonna happen every single time, you know?
I don't want to tell you, I don't want to come to you with no excuses, that's all. So
Just
my mother.
be
actually
wary
paid
that
for me to
it's,
get it.
you're paying 3 to 4 times what you know,
The bus only $36 each time. On the bus, $36 for
Right.
an hour. I didn't have a chance to get it, and it broke down, and I want to come see how my background is.
I mean, I understand that, I do, right? And it's not my problem to delve into your financials, I'm just, be wary that it's a big difference in cost. You must remain in contact with James. He will get the information to me. Let's set a specific day when everything is due. What day you think?
So you're saying weekly, so do you
On
want?
a weekly basis, so I can have a report from you every single week, so we know if Thursday comes around, and we know the report is due.
Monday can be the day of next week, you know,
What's today?
that would work, Judge. The 24th.
Okay,
Is that the 24th?
that's a bet. 24th, you must have a sheet of paper to him that he will provide to me on Monday morning that you've done 2 different classes, 2 hours of each.
If I have like a little more time on my hand, can I do it before?
You mean do your classes in advance?
Yeah, like just do
Next
it, because I was going to be sitting around wasting.
Don't oversell yourself.
No problem.
Just do what you can. And above all else, no drugs, no alcohol, and stay away from these other people.
No problem.
And I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to look you up a lot. And if I see that you pick up a new case, I'm going to freaking lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Judge, what for the actual court date, are you fine?
So the actual court date will be, yeah, you want July 26th?
Oh, yeah, you said that was good for you.
Okay. Must appear July 26th. But then we know every Monday you got to be here with a report.
Yes, Judge.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, guys. He tested positive for cocaine, benzodiazepine, and marijuana.
Judge, was it benzodiazepine or benzodiazepine?
Says benzos. So I'm assuming it's always going to be a benzodiazepine from what I.
Well, so benzoglycanine is actually a metabolite of cocaine.
It stops today. You will now be required to come to court every Monday and Thursday to take a drug test. If you ever test positive for anything else, I will hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days in jail, probate it for 2 years, and put you into a lockdown rehab facility. Do you understand? That's what you have. The treatment facility is a minimum of 9 months, depending on how well you respond to treatment. You understand? You ever do anything else? That's it. Mom, I'm sorry, but I have to bring him here a lot to test him because cocaine only stays in your system 3 to 4 days and then it's out. I want to make sure that he's not using. It's the only way that I can do it. I have given you a lawyer today. You have my card. If you need anything, please tell me, okay? You will get a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You are not to have contact with any of the complaining witnesses in this case and no weapons. If you pick up a new case from this day forth, test positive for anything. If you smoke marijuana after today and you test positive for marijuana after 30 days, I will know that you continue to use. Do you understand? You will get a GPS monitor today so I know where you are at all times. You must charge it on a daily basis. If the battery goes dead, so do you. Do you have a problem, Mr. Cooper? Are you sure? Can you stop? Who else is in your life besides Mom? Does he live at the house as well? Good. How many other brothers and sisters do you have? Older or younger?
My sister is older, and then the other ones are younger.
Today's Monday, right? So we'll set him off to Thursday. You must be here Thursday to take another drug test. No more dope. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
That way.
Okay. Mom, do you have a cell phone number?
Yes.
What is your cell phone, please?
281.
Nathan, are you getting this?
Write it down so I can hand it to him, so it won't be out loud.
Nathan. Okay. What is your phone number? I'm going to write it down.
281.
I got it here. Don't worry.
281 380 8846.
I'm sorry, Judge, 281, what was it?
380 8846.
All right, thank you. Sorry, my internet cut out.
That's okay. This is Mom's phone number. This isn't his phone number. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Nathan, who we have appointed to represent you. If Nathan tells me he cannot get a hold of you, I will revoke your bond. You will not get any more free bonds. You understand?
Sir.
This is the one chance you have to make it right. You must also get back into school to get your GED. You can either do it this way or behind bars. Okay, Mom, do you have any questions? Is there anything else you think we should do? Are there any bad people that you think he hangs out with that we should tell him not to?
No, sir.
Okay. For now, I will have you sign a reset. You will then get with Tracy for your bond conditions. When you leave here, your lawyer Nathan is going to get in contact with you. You must speak to him about this case. And then we will see you on Thursday. All right.
Ms. Mathis for a plea, Your Honor.
Chisholm. Ms. Mathis, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 125 days in jail. How much credit does she have?
I think it's 42.
42 days credit. Understand that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge for entering into court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, you can never change this. Ms. Mathis, the only thing I hope that if there's anything that you get from this, anything, if you were pulled over in a car with your record, officers are not going to be nice to you. And if you smell like alcohol or dope, you will be almost assured a ride back with a new DWI. You understand that? So if you want to do anything, if you want to get lit, just don't get into the driver's seat. That's all we ask. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Chisholm. That is the lawyer that we've given you. This is Mr. Cedillo. He's been appointed to represent you.
Correct.
Do you have a cell phone number?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
I don't know it. I'm about to pull it out.
Hold on.
It's 83.
I'm going to test you 30 days from today. No more smoking dope, using anything.
Right, but
Test positive for marijuana after 30 days. It tells me that you've continued to smoke and I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
yeah, but yes, sir. But my case ain't a drug case. It's a pistol case. It's not a drug case.
I'm still telling you don't smoke dope.
All right.
California, Denver, Colorado, anything, right? You don't live there. You live in Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir. Correct.
No using. You understand?
Sir.
That's all I'm asking you to do, and stay out of trouble. Stay in contact with your lawyer.
About the job thing, man, I can't find a job, but my family owns, we got business. Like my mom owns a washateria, and my brother owns that company I told you.
Why can't you work with them?
I can, but I ain't gonna have no proof of just pictures and stuff, if I work.
Okay with that?
All right.
I'm okay with that.
Correct.
The problem is, Mr. Estrada Martinez, that when you have too much time on your hands, what happens? Right, you become self-destructive and you start doing. The nice thing about working is you also get a ton of money.
Sir. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, because I'm not gonna go out there and look for a job. I'm just gonna work with mom or my brother, you know.
I'm totally fine with that. As long as you can show me that you're doing it, I'm okay with it. That's fine. Great. As long as you're doing something good to occupy your time and you're not running on the streets looking for, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna have you go sign a receipt with Victoria. When you get out of here, Mr. Cedillo is gonna get a hold of you. You guys talk about the case and go from there.
Correct. Sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck, bud.
Trial July 17th.
Did you hear that, John?
July 17th, Judge?
Yes.
Is that 30 days?
Today's here.
You want me to approach now?
Yes, come on up. Hi.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey, so all I know is that this case is 1,379 days old.
Cardona, come on up.
Let me take a look.
Yes, I think I got appointed maybe a couple of weeks ago. And then I approached last week to get his portable, his conditions changed so he can get a portable, and you put him on for today.
Okay, so what happened was that
If you don't have it, it's because I'm working on something.
have you had a chance to see Discovery yet?
I haven't watched it yet, no. I'm like 2 days behind after not having power and everything. And he was on for August, so I go in order of like when my clients are on docket, and then he had to come back.
So the thing is this, is he was ordered to obtain an ignition interlock by 7-Eleven, right?
Yes, I approached you on 7-Eleven off docket
Okay.
to get his, because he doesn't drive, so he needs a portable, and you put him on for today so you could admonish him and give him new conditions.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna put a GPS monitor on him. You know, he's not consuming alcohol. The case is nearly 1,400 days old. What I'll do is I'm gonna give you 30 days, okay? Take a look at everything. We need him back in 30 days to figure out where we're gonna go. And at the next setting, it's player trial. Okay. 30 days should be enough for you to be able to take a look at everything. And then at that point, let us know what you want to do. Okay. And then, yeah, he's in the jury box. I'm going to talk to him now.
Okay.
So Vic, on a Mescazita, I'm going to scram and a GPS monitor to be on by tomorrow. And due to the age of the case, 30 days, player trial. That's it. All right, come up, sir.
Have a seat, sir. He did not call you up. No, it's okay. I just didn't see you call.
Come up, sir. So here's the deal. Your case is nearly 1,400 days old. You have 30 days to meet with your lawyer to figure out what you're going to do with this case. At the next setting, when you come back, you must either accept a plea bargain offer from the state, or I will set your case for trial. And then at that point, that is a plea deadline. I will not take anything else after that date. As it stands now, because you've evaded from me for so long, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you. I'm giving you 1 day to put it on. Okay, so we will tack onto that. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram device so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. You're ordered not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and not to drive. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do is drive. If you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months every time you drive. Do you understand, sir? You will be signing an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. All right, I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to such you're not gonna drive. I'll get you to sign a reset with Victoria. After that, do not leave until you've met with Tracy for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys will be free to go. We'll see you in 30 days.
Which one, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Morning, Judge.
Hey.
Order in the court for plea. Cruz Montoya.
Good morning, Mr. Cruz Montoya.
Good morning.
Please spit your gum out. You're smacking it like a horse. Mr. Cruz Montoya, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and, I'm sorry, up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. What do you think is going to happen to you if you do 30 days, Mr. Cruz Montoya?
Go ahead and sign for your reset, please.
Immigration.
Right. If you want to live in this country without permission, don't get into trouble. Most of all, don't drive. Because if you do, you will be all but assured to come back here. If I see you again here, I promise you it's not going to go well for you.
Order in the court for a plea.
Anytime you get pulled over, they're going to see a prior DWI on your record, and you're going to get harassed, whether you're doing something good, whether you're doing something bad. So don't give anyone the opportunity. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. We'll be stuck like this forever. Like I said, you were ever in a car, you get pulled over, even the faintest smell of alcohol, they will charge you with a second offense. And from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license.
Okay.
What was that?
I'm suspending your ability to get a license. Do not drive until you get a license and liability insurance. Otherwise, you're going to be back here. Good luck. Thank you.
You
Are you David Glenn Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thompson, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. There are bond conditions. His arraignment was on 6/3. There are bond conditions and interlock.
Did I do it already or what?
Yeah, it was done already. It was CHA.
Oh, that's right.
Council
Okay.
signed on, so we just
Got
need
it.
to do a reset.
So we'll just give you a normal reset because I think we've been through this, Eric.
Okay, Judge, understood. Yeah, it's like
remember-
6'3", you're right, Judge.
No driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I hope you take it seriously because if not, all right.
Judge, August 20 through the 22nd.
Did you hear that, Eric?
I did, Judge. Let me check. I think that the 20th is perfect, Judge.
Okay, it's yours.
Thank you, Judge. I'll put it on the calendar. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Thompson. Call me when you leave.
That way, we'll have you sign a reset.
Thank you, Judge.
Council for a reset.
Mr. Waller, come up. Tell me what you've done. What have you done?
Indeed, whatever job they have pop up in my email, I signed up for. I have for the paper. Send it to my lawyer too.
Give me proof.
Yes, sir.
What you got? Have you tried to go to, I'm glad that you're trying. This is good. Good job. Just keep trying. At some point, you're gonna get it, you know? Have you tried going to Amazon yet? Why not? They're always hiring. I mean, really, it's not hard there. That's probably your best bet. I'm gonna set you off a couple more weeks. Go to Amazon. I'm telling you, and just be persistent, and hopefully they will. Okay? Good job. Just keep trying. At some point, you're gonna get something, all right?
Thank you.
Good. I'm glad that you're doing it. All right? All right.
Judge, August 29th through, I'm sorry.
All right, so you are Jesus Rodolfo Medina, correct? All right, please keep it down. Mr. Medina, you're charged with indecent assault. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It looks like you've worked out an agreement. Let me figure out what that is. Do you have? Looks like they've offered you a 13-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. You merely took a probation, completed it successfully, and don't end up with a conviction. Or didn't end up with one.
Sure.
Understand what's
Yes, Your Honor.
consequences and what happens. Now, for that to happen, you must do an effective decision-making class. You will also do what's called a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. Because I don't know what those other conditions may be, because that's why they have it. You do a test to see if there's anything else that may fit in your life. You must also have no contact with Dorothy Lawrence. You understand what's expected of you. Okay, Pavel, did you want to add anything? You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Like I said, this is a type of probation that if you do well, you may even be able to get this thing sealed. I don't know. That's something that you guys will have to research. However, I want you to understand that if you fail to live up to the terms of your agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I will bring you out. The only thing that we're going to talk about is if you violated the probation. And if you did, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understand?
Yes.
You still want to do this?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense of indecent assault?
Good.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 13 months. You will do the effective decision-making class, TRAS, and no contact with Dorothy Lawrence. All right, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Do you need me to sign this one? When was the last appointment?
It was on July 11th, Your Honor, last Thursday, this past Thursday.
Why did you miss your appointment?
Estaba de viaje, tenía que ir a la Florida a buscar.
Keep it down, please.
Tenía que ir a la Florida a buscar los papeles de la niña por la entrevista que tengo.
I was out of the state on a trip to Florida looking for papers for my daughter for an interview.
Did you make the appointment now for her?
Puede ser la cita.
The rescheduling of the appointment? I don't believe so, Judge. Let's see.
Counsel, you told me that there is already one reset.
That is correct, Your Honor. I looked at my client's phone and she whoever emailed her the appointment for July 11th, rescheduled it for September 5th. So there already is a,
That's forensic interview. So
or forensic interview, I'm sorry.
I set up the original interview and they messed it forensic. Also.
Mr. Moret, your case is very, very old, and I will not do this again with you. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what's going on. If you do not make this next appointment, I will immediately set your case for trial, and I will not entertain any more offers from you. Do you understand? So do what you need to do to make sure that you make this appointment. Because if you don't, it's over. I will not accept anything else, and you will get a 10-day trial setting. So the appointment is for September
5th, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to docket this on the next day, on the 6th, to make sure that she went.
Understood, Your Honor.
Also now, I'm going to make a docket notation so I can remember everything that transpired here today. So in the event that she doesn't go, then I mean, we'll set it. I'm going to do a 10-day trial setting.
Absolutely.
Make sure that she makes it, because otherwise.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Guys. Okay, who do we have here?
Mr. Cordova, Your Honor, for plea.
Good morning, Mr. Cordova. All right, so you're charged with harassing communication. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
Time for 3 days, Your Honor.
115 days with 150 days credit, and it has an enhancement of
Okay, give me 1 second. So what are we doing?
115.
Okay.
115.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Cordova, it's 115 days in jail, credit for the 115 days that you've already done. It's also alleged that you have a prior felony offense of aggravated assault out of Hayes County. Did you have an ag assault out of there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Harris County, not Hayes. Oh, you talking about my priors?
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal, so this will go on your record. It will be there forever. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense?
Guilty.
Find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Are your other cases still open?
Yes, sir.
Good luck on those, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rosas. So you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you guys have worked that agreement. That agreement looks like to be a 13-month deferred. A deferred is the type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. You just did the probation, completed it, and don't end up with a conviction, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. You understand? Yes, sir. Now, as part of the agreement, you will do what's called a TRAS. It's an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. The probation department may assess further conditions. You need to be aware of that. You must, as part of this agreement, fulfill those conditions. One of those conditions may be outpatient treatment. You understand? Yes, sir. As part of this, there will be no drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis, and then no threatening or harassing contact with Alyssa Hernandez. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Basically, all you have to do is just stay out of trouble and no dope and no alcohol, and don't pick up any new cases. Yes, sir. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Can you get this done? Yes, sir. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot back out of it. You're stuck with this until you complete it or unless you get revoked. Now, if you do something to violate this probation, like you pick up a new case, you start consuming, we issue a warrant, put you in jail. And the only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated this probation. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. You understand?
Sir.
You still want to do this?
Sir.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will not find you guilty. I'll withhold that for 13 months. Assess a TRAS. No drugs, alcohol, random testing, and no threatening, harassing with Alyssa. Who is this person to you?
She's the mother of my kids.
Are you together with her now?
No. I have custody of my kids.
Does she also get visitation as well?
Sure, she hasn't.
Have you,
She
she still have parental rights or no?
Yeah, through the attorney general, she had custody, but then she didn't want them anymore, so I got them.
Okay, treat them good. How old are they?
And 2 10-year-olds, 12-year-old, and 5-year-old.
So it's 4 kids. Mr. Rosas, you got to be careful because if you don't treat those kids with love and respect now, you think your life is hard now? Wait till they get to be 16 and 18. If you don't treat a kid now, they're going to make your life a living hell when they're teenagers, even older teenagers. I'm telling you, it will backfire on you like crazy if you don't treat them with love and respect now. It could go sideways real quick. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, don't test positive for 6 months, I'll take you off early. All right. All we want you to do is just behave, be good to those kids, and that's it. All right. Okay. So let's review it back at 6 months. And then if he's done well, we'll just early terminate. All right.
Address, he's wearing an ankle monitor. Can he get that with work? It's impeding his access to job facilities. He's just got to wear work boots and.
Have you had any violations on the monitor?
No, sir.
No. Okay. I'll take it off. Yeah. Good job. Just stay out of trouble, man. That's all we want you to do. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Jackson, do you have a lawyer today?
Dan Clark.
Sorry?
Dan Clark.
You have one?
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Are you working?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't work. I thought you said I'm working for one. You don't work for one. I don't work for.
So are you working or are you not working now? Why not?
Background. It's out of town job.
Did you graduate from high school, Mr. Jackson? Wait, what?
I'm Dan Clark.
You have the wrong defendant.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was Jabari Jackson, no?
No, Dan Clark.
Page 9, Clark.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
Why not? Apparently not hard enough. March, and you haven't done anything. If I drug test you now, what's going to happen? If I drug test you now, what's going to happen? You know, don't play Helen Keller with me. What's going to happen, Mr. Clark? Take a seat in the jury box. Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. D. Who do we have here?
Mr. Paul Callis, you are.
What's the last name?
Callis, CALLIS.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Callis. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
We've got a time served deal, Judge. Three days credit for one judge.
How many prior thefts do you have, Mr. Callis? Well, I see a prior auto theft. I see a prior burglary with intent to commit a theft. You have any other thefts out of counties? What I'm trying to tell you is that at some point, if you continue to pick up theft cases, they can use those to enhance you to a felony charge, and then you're looking at years instead of days. So I'm telling you to be careful, because your next theft, even if it's a pack of gum, may land you in prison for a very long time. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I will roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. There's no restitution, is there?
No, sir.
Okay. Good luck, Mr. Callis. Please see the clerk. Thank you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, keep it down, please. If you want to talk, go outside. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Are you mom? Okay, and you are a sister. Okay. How much do you know about Mr. Stewart? As far as all the cases that we have and how many charges he's picked up and of all the issues that we have, how much do you know?
We know about them, but we don't know about it. What's
Okay.
really going on.
I am at wit's end with your son. I am up to here. We now have a total of 4 open cases. They're all the same. And the bond violations continue to happen over and over and over. And I have put him in jail at least Mr. Mercer, at least 2 different occasions, right? 3? To try to get him to understand that we mean business. Someone keeps bonding him out, and he continues to do what he wants to do. This last time, I told him, I don't want you to do certain things. I didn't want him out in the middle of the night. It's one of my main concerns. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m, at 4 a.m, at all. And in this last violation report, which I think numbers now 6, he's out at 4 a.m.
Came to my house, because he couldn't breathe.
He has
He has
asthma real bad.
And bronchitis.
And it's just, when it's hot.
They both came to my house because they couldn't breathe. And I had a mini generator, and they blew out the air from the fan, and I have one.
And it can't wait another 2 hours until 7 a.m. until what he can,
He couldn't breathe. And I had to give him the Buterol through the machine and the steroid pump.
He's been had this ever since he was a baby, and he cannot breathe.
He wake up sometime out his sleep sometime and can't.
The noise he makes will wake you up. Who is this? Because he can't breathe.
how does it continue to pick up these cases, and how does it continue to violate these conditions being out though? And in one of at least one of the cases, he has an AR-15.
Well,
I believe it's because he's been shot before.
I don't, look, it needs to stop. If somehow you guys are telling him it's okay to be out at 4 a.m. It's not.
That was just the one time that he came when the lights went on. That was it.
But it's always one time. It's always this, it's always that. And it just continues to happen. And this is the 6th time. Who does he live with now?
I just came back on Saturday evening, so he's back with me. He stays.
Do you stay home all day? What do you do? Do you work? Do you?
Just like, I've been on disability ever since 15, 16. I have neuropathy in my hands,
Who else stays at the house?
just me and him. And it affects my whole right side.
Why, Mr. Mercer, why did we do the exclusion in the first place from the house? I don't remember.
It must have been just a standard boilerplate thing that I overlooked or that the state overlooked. I didn't sign on until later on. I subbed in for somebody else. It was just where the incident occurred. There was no victim in the case. There's no danger to anyone in particular. I think it's just where they found him with the weapon. So I don't know, honestly. I think at the last setting, the state indicated that they would not oppose taking that out.
Do you have any reason why we put the restriction on that particular address?
Judge, I think that was a court condition, if I remember correctly, and on the allegations itself, it looks like he kind of trapped himself into that house and caused this whole standoff, and then because of the facts of the case, he didn't want to be around there until he had more information. But if it's his house, like I said, I'm not opposed to him.
What is your address, ma'am?
Well, I moved from over there to Brent Rock Drive, 12730.
The address is actually perfect.
My address.
So that address is your
That's the
address.
address he came to, but it's not the address where it occurred at. What the address where it occurred at is like way down the way. I live in the front, so she came to the front.
She's a friend of the lady whose house he was at, some friend.
Where it happened.
And he ran into her. She was a friend of the family.
He ran up to the lady that was the friend of the family house.
I only have 3 things that I want. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Actually, 4 things. Curfew, so he's not out in the middle of the night, and that he's a working man,
I've been trying to.
so that he doesn't have too much time on his hands. That's the only thing I'm requiring from him. And I'm going to say this now, that it doesn't matter to me if he lives with you, sister. My only concern is that he's not out in the middle of the night and doesn't have a weapon. Okay? I'm going to let him go with you guys, but I'm going to tell you now, if I have any future violations, I'm going to set each of his bonds at $50,000.
So is he allowed to come to my address?
I don't think it's an issue. My only thing is I don't want him out in the middle of the night. We will put a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. If he's out past any of those times, I'm telling you, I'm going to make his bond really, really high. He has to have a full-time job.
I'm working on trying to get him.
Why are you working on it? He should be working
He
on
is as
it.
well, I'm sorry.
Well,
We
we-
both are. We all are trying to just help him.
Yeah,
Because he's 17, so it's like it's not so many jobs that
I
we
understand.
can get him.
Look,
We just trying to help him.
I'm happy that you're helping him. Really, at the end of the day, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But I just want you to understand that I'm at wit's end. I will not entertain any more excuses. I don't care what it is. I don't care where he's going. If you need to have a breathing machine in both houses, put one in there. Because, come up, Mr. Stewart. I'm gonna take off the restriction that you can go to your sister's house. I mean, I don't care what house you're going to. Don't be out past curfew.
Yes, sir.
I don't care if you leave your charger at your sister's house and you have to go out at 9:05 to go get it somewhere else. The next time, and I'm going to make a notation clearly here of everything, because I'm not going to forget anything. The
Yes, sir.
next time, I don't care what your excuse is. I'm going to make your bond $250,000.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
At some point, they're going to stop paying to get you out because they're wasting their money every single time, thousands of dollars to get you out for you to violate, to go right back in.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on notice now. If you are going to go to a particular house, have your overnight bag that has everything in it, your phone, your charger, your albuterol, the machine you might need, have everything, because I will not entertain any excuses. Mr. Mercer, you're on notice now. I don't care what the excuse is. The next time he violates any condition, you know what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to make
So
sure.
the only conditions that we have now, get a job full-time or be in school full-time.
Sir.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol,
Sir.
and no out past curfew.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Do we need to, I'll talk to pretrial services about
Talk
the
with Tracy
address.
so that we iron everything out. And then that's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Judge.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Can I get like a 30-day reset for Mr. Stewart? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can be able to 15. Yeah, tell them I'll be back 15.
Yes.
That's
Corrales.
Order in the court.
So he has a terrorist threat. He also has the evading with us. Are we going on just the
Yes.
arrest? That's
Yes.
it? And then the terrorist threat will be dismissed?
Dismissed, yes.
Is this how you understand it, Mr. Corrales? That the terrorist threat's going to be dismissed? You're pleading to the evading. Understand that you're evading arrest as an enhanceable offense, meaning that it's going to go on your record now. If you ever run from the cops again, they can charge you with a felony offense. And then you'll be looking at years instead of days. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. You can never undo this, change your mind about this. It will be like this and reflect as a conviction forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Is the case upstairs still going on or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Looks like you don't have felony court until about 2 weeks. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Good morning, guys. All of you guys have been charged with criminal offenses. It appears all of you guys have worked out agreements to end these cases today. You all give up a lot of rights by entering into these agreements. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you guys are not citizens or possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You guys give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you cannot change this or undo this. Is this what you guys want to do?
Sir.
Okay, so we will go through each of you guys to figure out what's going on. So are you Mr. Crutchfield?
Sir.
So Mr. Crutchfield, you are charged with the offense of criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 66 days in jail, credit for the 66 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to agreement. Let's see, where are you? Now, Mr. Costley, you are charged with attempted burglary of a motor vehicle. I don't have this up yet. Oh. Oh, he was on probation.
Yes, sir, MHA, Judge.
What have we worked out on Mr.?
30 days.
Okay.
And 3 days. I put it on. Where is it? It's right there in the bottom.
Okay. So it's 3 days in jail, credit for the 43 days that you've done. Is it true or untrue that you violated your probation, Mr. Costley? I will find that it's true. Sentence you to three days in jail. I will give you credit for the 43 days that you've already done. Your probation is hereby revoked. It will now reflect as a conviction on your record, sir. Lastly, Mr. Webb, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 71 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir? So it looks like he's got 2 DWIs.
Sir, the second one upon completion of this plea will be dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay.
But he has a felony pending also.
Out of the same transaction as the second DWI. Sitting on, I just want the record to reflect on costly, it's just on the technicals, paragraphs 2, 10, and 19.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
the new law violation.
I reflected that in the paperwork as well, but just for it to be known.
So, but I'm with Webb, we're pleading on the 718.
Yes.
Right. And then the new one will be dismissed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Have you let the felony court know to see how, if and how it'll impact the case if it's theirs?
Yes, Judge, I'm notified. So it probably has been notified of the plea.
Okay.
Order in the court.
I'm going to suspend your license for a year, Mr. Webb. Do not drive until you get a license. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many DWIs you have, but I'm going to tell you that anytime you get pulled over, they're going to look up your record. They're going to see DWI, continuous family violence. Do you think they're going to be nice to you, sir? Don't get into a car. Every day someone dies from a DWI in Harris County. Every damn day. And here you are with 2 DWIs. Stop endangering our public. All we want our streets to be safe, Mr. Webb. Good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen. Now let's wait.
Are you Joshua Dubose?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dubose, you're charged with harassing communication. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On January 27th, 2022, officers were dispatched to a terroristic threat call. Officers spoke with a reportee who advised that the defendant had previously been at the location to sell marijuana to her boyfriend, the complaining witness. An altercation about money then took place and the complaining witness proceeded to leave the location. The complaining witness advised the defendant was posting messages on Facebook threatening to come to the location and smoke them, a slang term for shooting and killing someone, stating the complaining witness needed to watch his back because the defendant would be coming back later that night. The complaining witness never told the defendant he did not live at the location. The complaining witness was in fear of imminent danger for his and the other involved parties while believing the defendant would carry out the threat.
Nothing on probable cause at this time, Your Honor.
Say it again.
We've got nothing on probable cause at this time. I have no idea.
Oh, I see. Got it. Mr. DuBose, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go have any contact with the complaining witness, not to go where they live, not to sling, and no weapons. Do you understand? If I find that you're selling weed, if I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you have tried to have any contact with these people, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you one now, but this is the only one you're gonna get from me. You will not get another PR bond.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
So he just had a gun case that was dismissed in 21, has a prior weed case. Vel, what say you about a bond amount? You have a recommendation?
Your Honor.
I mean, it really doesn't matter because I'm gonna give him a PR bond now, but
Exactly, so Judge, we'll just defer to court. If there's gonna be PR, the amount doesn't really matter.
until it gets revoked.
5,000, Judge. I think 5,000, yeah.
Yeah, I would ask for 500. Mr. DeBose here, as you can see, he's come to court. He's, as he was made aware of the warrant, he's a longtime Houston resident. He's not in any way trying to avert the jurisdiction of the court or anything like that. And I believe it's going to be a case that will get resolved.
I'm gonna set your bond at $1,500, Mr. DeBose. Like I said, all I want in my streets to be safe. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what your excuse is. You're on notice now. Don't sell any weed. Don't have any weapons. Don't try to have any contact with these people. As long as you can do that, you and I will be fine.
Yes, sir. I have a full time.
You don't even have to justify anything. That's all I'm asking you to do, right? You've got a lawyer. Just, he'll help you out with this. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with counsel. He'll tell you when you have to come back.
Yes, sir.
If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes,
So
sir.
you got it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna have you now go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. So we'll get all your bond conditions while you sign it, and then you guys will be on your way.
Thank you, Judge.
How would they just issue a summons on 2 AFMs?
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
he was originally charged.
Shh.
So originally they charged it as a continuous on the felony. So he's been in custody since March. And so they dismissed the continuous and refiled it as 2 separate AFMs, I believe in June. And so that's when I was appointed on it. And so it said, it listed as a summons then. And so we approached USEP bond. I have in my notes.
Is this because he was in a felony court doesn't accept?
I have no idea. What do you mean?
There are a certain number of felony judges that refuse to do misdemeanor probations. They refuse to do reductions to misdemeanors. They refuse to do something else. And they require the DA's office to start doing dismissals and summons to,
I got you.
you know what I mean?
So I don't know, I can't speak for sure on that one. It's an incident that happened. It's like 2 individuals were at the same spot at this incident. So it happened like one hit is what's alleged. So I think that's why the continuous was dismissed, because I don't know, that's one we had talked about whether it met the requirements of the statute as far as continuous, if it's too instantaneous.
So, Mr. Alvarez, you're charged with 2 counts of assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail on each and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay.
On March 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an address for a disturbance call. They spoke with the complaining witness about the size of his face, a swollen eye, and blood on his jacket. The complaining witness, Garcia, had a scrape on her right elbow and a bruise on her calf. There was blood on the driveway and on both the complaining witness's clothes. The complaining witness is the defendant's father who lives at the residence. The complaining witness said the defendant asked for $1 and the complaining witness told him to get to work. The defendant went outside and knocked over a potted plant. The complaining witness went to pick up the plant and the defendant struck him in the face with his fist and felt pain. Complaining witness Garcia is the defendant's mother who stated the defendant and the complaining witness started fighting. So she tried to stop the fight and the defendant kicked her in the leg and pushed her to the ground and she felt pain.
So all this over $1. How much time did he spend in jail for $1?
This is over 3 months, if if I'm correct.
You spent over 3 months in jail for 4 quarters. Where are we now with regard to his living situation?
So he's with his brother now, so he's not staying at the family house anymore.
Do we have any kind of issues about him trying to go back? What?
None that I know of. They've spoken to his father, so they did a rip call with the dad. As I read it, they don't have any contact or anything like that. So yeah, I think he's just at the brother's staying there.
Mr. Alvarez, what do you do in life?
I'm currently working right now at Colgan, a rebar company.
Good. Are you working full time?
Yes.
Great. That makes me happy. When you have too much time, your mind tends to wander. You tend to do things you're not supposed to. You get in trouble. You become self-destructive. You need something to occupy your time. And the nice thing about it is you get money. That's why it's important to have a job and to keep a job. How long you been working there?
I started like 4 days ago, 5.
What were you doing before that?
He's been in custody. So I think before that, he just got out, I think in the last week or two. So I do think pretty quickly he did find work.
That's great. Look, all we want you to do is stay on top of it. Do a good job. Put your heart into it. And I'm telling you, you'll work your way up and make a lot of money, right? The better you do, the more money comes your way. So what kind of relationship do you have with your folks now? Is it good or is it bad?
It's good.
Okay.
I'm living with my brother right now.
Remember, what happens if you get into a fight with your brother?
Gonna get in trouble again.
Well, you're gonna end up on the street. That's what I'm trying to get to you, is that don't bite the hand that feeds you. You only have a place to stay now. You barely started working. You've got no money. You've got nothing to you. So if he puts you out because you don't listen to him, you're gonna end up on the street. And then you're gonna be doing things you never thought you would just to get a bite to eat. So remember that next time you get hot, next time you get upset, if he does something to piss you off, be careful. Walk away, go outside, run, exercise, do something to get your mind off of it. Otherwise, you're going to end up on the street, or even worse, here. Now, with me, no dope, no alcohol, stay working, no contact with your parents for now. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you taking any kind of medication? Are you supposed to be taking anything?
No.
No? Okay. Hey, are you under the care of any kind of psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Sam, anything else we need? Okay, I'm gonna find probable cause. You already know what's expected of you. Be nice to your brother. It's not hard, right? If you ever have any problems, whatever it may be, call Sam. You can always come back here too if you ever have any issues, and we'll help you out too. I'm not gonna be understanding if you start fighting with people, right?
Yes.
Just don't. Okay. So he'll have to meet with Tracy for bond conditions. We'll have you sign a reset. The only other thing I need you to do, remember to stay in contact with Sam. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. Okay? As long as you can do those things, you and I will be best friends.
Okay.
All right? Okay, man. Good luck. Okay, thanks.
Hello, Your Honor.
Why are you here?
The storm was coming and my wife had moved out of the house. She wasn't there when I was there. I went over there to grab a generator for my.
I don't care.
I have a grandkid there that were gonna have no power.
His daughter, his daughter and grandson live at that house. And so as the storm was coming in, he's got a generator that will give the house power if anything goes down. So he went over one day, got the generator set up, and then as everything lost power, he went back to keep it running.
We spoke with the complainant witness, Your Honor. Cynthia, the daughter, her husband, Joseph, and their child, Eric, live there along with Trish, who is the complaining witness. Trish is, I believe, his wife and Cynthia's mother. Cynthia advised that she did not want the defendant at the house. She advised me that he came to the house several times, which alarmed her. She called the police several times about that. No one had lapsed, so the police didn't do anything about removing the defendant from the house at that time.
Did we have an order for him not to go back to the house then?
I believe it was in the.
Did have an order.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so. I believe the MOAC had lapsed on the day in question, or at least that's what the police advised the complaining witness. Or advised Cynthia. Cynthia also advised that about 2 weeks ago, Trish called her to pick her up because Trish, the complaining witness, was walking barefoot in the street after the defendant assaulted her, and that Trish had been meeting up with the defendant at various motels.
No.
What?
At motels. That's what Cynthia, the complaining witness's daughter, advised me on the phone about 30 minutes ago.
He's been meeting up with
the complaining witness at hotels, away from the house.
No, I've been staying at motels, but I haven't seen Trish at all. My daughter, I'm sorry.
Stephen.
Sit down, sir.
You were ordered not to have contact with this person. You have 2 open felonies. You have an assault, a felony assault against this person. You have a felony violation of a protective order against this person open. After that, you pick up another assault against this person. I ordered you not to have any contact with this person. And you can, not according to the DAs, not according to the complaining witness.
The state didn't speak with the complaining witness. The state spoke.
You said Trish.
No, I spoke with Cynthia, Trish's daughter.
And you tell me that she's still having contact with him, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Trish is.
Yes, Cynthia lives with Trish, and Cynthia advised that Trish was going over to the motel or hotel.
Not only that, but we also have him going irrefutably back to the house he's not supposed to.
You have him going to the house, so that part we can't.
Bye-bye. Goes with you.
He's going back during a hurricane to take care of his daughter. He's in the house for 7 minutes.
He's still going to motels and meeting with her at different points.
That's double hearsay. If we could have a hearing and bring someone in who could actually attest to that, we're talking about this coming from the state, coming from the daughter who apparently talks to someone on the phone. I mean, that is several layers of communication.
Can you reach out to them right now and figure out what's going on?
Not for sure. It's gonna blame me.
Mr. Chavez.
Sir.
How's jail?
Not too great.
Good. It's not supposed to be fun.
Sure.
You know why you're here.
Sure.
You've picked up an evading arrest. You're facing now up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Here's the kicker. You're on felony probation as well. So what happens when you pick up a new case while you're on felony probation? That's exactly right. Please.
On July 1st, 2024, officers on patrol observed the defendant loitering and soliciting in front of the Family Dollar in a high drug trafficking area in Harris County, Texas. Officers spoke with the clerk who stated the defendant hadn't conducted any business with the store, and management wanted all persons loitering and soliciting, not conducting any business with the store, trespassed. The deputy in uniform attempted to make contact with the male loitering and ordered the male to walk over to
Okay. Who's trying to make contact with him?
a officer that initially observed him loitering and soliciting, and then spoke with management at Family Dollar.
Go back a little bit. Read me again exactly what happened again.
Officers on patrol observed the defendant loitering and soliciting in front of Family Dollar in a high drug trafficking area in Harris County, Texas.
Okay. What does loitering and soliciting mean? Right, because you're saying he's soliciting. How? Because that's a conclusory statement. Please.
Well, the
Okay,
Dems
you're doing
did
great,
not
but-
state what exactly he was doing, but around and trying to solicit business in front of the Family Dollar that was not right. And even after the officers observed him just hanging around and soliciting other people for business, then they spoke with the Family Dollar management, who then said that he had not gone into Family Dollar. He was just hanging out all day. Well, not all day, that's my words, I apologize.
That's,
But he was just hanging
can't add that
out.
in, because that's, one of my concerns is, how long is he there? Has he actually spoken to any people? Because it's not been listed in there. Is he begging for money, right? Or is he doing something worse?
Judge, I think ultimately in this case, what the clerk was wanting him to do was, what the officer do.
Get out.
Trespass. So in the course of trying to issue a trespass, he began to evade. It's not the lawyering.
Sure.
They see him there.
I get it.
They ask the store, hey, do you want here? No, I want to trespass. So in an attempt to give him that trespass warning, he begins to evade. That's the PC. It's 125 yards. But with regards to whether there was a lawful reason to detain him, there was. It's just a trespass.
Yeah,
You're
I
just
don't,
trying to issue a trespass.
hey, you're on notice now.
Sir,
If you go back, what's gonna happen?
go to jail.
Correct. They will now hit you with a criminal trespass. You're on felony probation. Why on earth are you allegedly loitering and allegedly soliciting? Look at me. What are you doing in life?
I have to before.
Stop. There are other ways to do things. Okay? You're on, look at me. You're on felony probation. They have their eyes on you in every respect. No one likes you. Everyone wants to see you fail. Don't give them a reason.
Sir.
Do you understand? I'm going to find no probable cause in your case now. But look,
Sir.
You're on notice now. Don't go back to this location. I don't know what's going to happen in your felony case, but they're trying to sink their teeth into you, if you know what I mean. All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. All right, Mr. Garcia, you were placed on probation for driving while intoxicated. It has since now, you have violated that probation. Is it true or untrue?
True.
Understand, sir, that I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail, prayer for the 2 days that you've done. This is now a conviction on your record as it was before. I'm going to suspend your license for a year, sir. Understand that even the remote smell of alcohol or dope, they're going to charge you with an offense. You will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on. And if you're not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking, then I'm going to treat you like a child and put you over my knee and spank you with a ton of jail time, just like a child. Think before you act. Don't get into a car. Do you understand?
Sir.
Good luck. Thank you. Mr. Garcia, do you have a lawyer today?
No, sir.
What are you doing about that?
I would like to ask if I can get a court-appointed lawyer here today.
Do you work?
It's been off and on the past 2 years. I can't find any steady work because of my felony of a burglary of a habitation. I'm currently on food stamps, just enrolled in school again to finish my GED. So I've been focusing on myself a lot, helping everybody around me as well.
I'm now going to bring you back so much, you're going to think it's a career.
I understand.
I want you to get a full-time job, and I'm going to bring you back every 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job. No?
I'm not speaking out of my mouth.
More.
I'm speaking in
Tell me what you've done to get a job.
past 2 years. I've over 1,900 applications on Poach Jobs, Recruiter, Indeed, anywhere and everywhere that I can find a job, apply for a job. I am doing so, from Workforce Solutions, in anywhere. I have internet access, of course. My phone has been off for the last 3 months, but I am trying. There's not a bone in my body.
Last time you had a full-time job?
Last time I had a full-time job was Gatlin's Barbecue off of 34th and Ella.
When?
Probably 1.5 years ago.
So you're telling me you haven't worked in a year?
Because of felony. I've been trying to find pays better jobs other than minimum wage. So to put myself comfortable, in order to live comfortable, I've been trying to find a better job.
And
I'm trying.
not looking in the right places.
understand.
If you have been unable in a year and a half to find a job, and you're looking in the wrong places,
sir.
and perhaps you need to dumb it down a little bit as far as where you're going to get jobs. I would
Understand.
start well, no, what I would start at fast food places is where I would start and work your way up.
Understand.
You know, the best place that you could possibly do something like that, where you were almost guaranteed a job and that you could, if you work your butt off, is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, if you can get a job.
Yeah, I tried.
When?
If I pull up an application, I can guarantee you I can find it, or several Chick-fil-A applications.
Okay, so which is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna appoint your lawyer today, but I'm
And I
gonna bring you
appreciate
back in 2 weeks. And I want to see what you've done to get a job. I want to see applications and I want to see how many you've done. I'm not gonna let this stay.
I'll get everything that you need, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Can you reach out to the MAC? I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, Trinidad, who's this?
This is Joshua Kelly, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Kelly.
We're in the court for plea.
All right, Mr. Kelly, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 4 days that you've already done. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. Is this what you want to do, sir? How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass? Sorry? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Take care of yourself.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that.
I needed a little more help and it was too high. If you can help me out with assistance, I can get a court appointed.
You work?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
Security.
How much money do you make a month?
Say between 2,000 and 2,500.
So tell me why you can't afford a lawyer.
This month been a little rough.
Okay. If you need more time, I can give you more time.
Yes.
But, you know, I can give you another 30 days. That be enough? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. We'll give him 30 days. You know, there are a gajillion lawyers in Harris County. It's a matter of you calling people and negotiating with them. 99% of them will put you on a payment plan where you pay a couple $100 and they'll represent you. That's what it's about doing it. Finding the lawyer that fits you. It's like when you go buy a car. When you're on your first car, do you go buy a Lamborghini? No, you go to a Honda, you go to a Toyota, you go to what fits you. Same thing with a lawyer.
I'm waiting for that right now with Ms. Jill Landy. I'm waiting on.
Now look, don't try to go get the Porsche of lawyers if you got, you know what I mean? Live within your means. Know what I mean? That's life.
Do you have a list of options for me?
A what?
A list of options of.
Man, you want a back rub too? No. You got to go to the computer and find it, man. Shoot. Come on, man.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, oh my God.
Where are we on the pool for tomorrow, Stephen?
Number 10.
Oof.
There was already some that was rolled over from the storm.
So what time you think we'll get a panel? And then people probably cave too. What time? Tyler's texting. So what should I say? 9:30?
I mean, it's your schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
9:30, I guess.
All right. So I'm bringing you back out now because no means no. No doesn't mean maybe. No doesn't mean there's got this going on. If you really wanted to, you can always use someone else to achieve a goal. You don't have to do it yourself. Now, it's come to my attention that there's a couple more issues that Damien wanted to say as far as this case was concerned.
Is that what you just spoke to me about?
Yeah, what I just spoke to you about. So I spoke to the council about it as well. The issue that we're having is that the defendant the defendant is contacting complaining witness against the bond conditions of what you have put on for him. We talked to the witness in the past. She said that they were still talking together, and after he left the jail, that they were at a hotel together. Also, recently, Logan, the ADA here, had a conversation with the witness who said about 2 weeks ago, Trish called Cynthia. Trish was walking barefoot after defendant covered her mouth to stop her from yelling so that Cynthia could pick her up.
Okay, well, so Trish is the complaining witness, right? Cynthia is the daughter?
Yes.
Both of their biological daughters?
Yes.
So he's the father, she's the mother of Cynthia.
Yes.
Okay, so Cynthia is getting in contact with you guys, saying that he's continuing to maintain contact with them. The problem is that I'm not the only one. The felony court has also told you not to have contact with them.
So she also said the defendant had no contact with the complaining witness since right after he got out of jail the first time. So it seems like she's going back and forth on the situation.
So we approached first, and then you asked Logan to go out and call for clarification. So when he went out and called for clarification, he came back in and he said that she told him that that Trish was not there whenever he came over, and that he has not had contact with Trish since he got out of jail. So, and Logan emailed that to me to show me what it is that went on in that conversation. So that's the notes that I have, is that the daughter said no contact.
All I have here is a bunch of he said, she said, right? But the fact remains is that you're still going over there because it's on your GPS monitor. And you went the day before the hurricane.
Sir.
You're not supposed to go there.
Oh, it was the day of the hurricane. Yes, sir.
It was the day before.
No, the day before was on the 7th. At least that's what they're saying. That's on the GPS device.
That hurricane came that night.
You were not supposed to go over there.
I just went and picked up a generator. Nobody else can do it. And I had grandkids there.
You're not supposed to go over there. No means no. No doesn't mean I have a generator. I've got the tooth fairies going over there to pick up a damn tooth so I can give it to Cynthia.
It won't happen again, Your Honor. I promise.
I don't care. No means no. We've already dealt with this over and over, and you have 2 open felony cases and you have an open misdemeanor. There is strict compliance that is required.
Sir.
And that's it. If I let you go, then you will continue to have contact with them. And I want you to know that you were already ordered not to do anything. Already, not only by me, but by the felony court as well. So I wasn't the only one that told you not to have contact with them.
It's all in the same case, Your Honor, and I haven't been around Trish at all.
To be clear, we're saying that he's had contact with her. The only statement that I have here from Logan and speaking to so no one has talked to the complaining witness. The daughter, Cynthia, says that they have not spoken to each other, that she was not there when he went over. I get he was not supposed to be there, just making sure that we're clear on what it is that happened. So
I understand. The fact remains is that he's still going over there. And I have a problem with that when you have 2 open felony cases and a misdemeanor assault against this person. You know, you scare me. You truly do. And I want you to understand that I mean business. And the only way is by putting you in jail. Because if I don't, then I'm enabling this behavior and I'm telling you that it's okay for you to do it, and it's not.
I've been seeing a psychiatrist, therapist, and a coach.
And it's still not working.
Yes, it is, Your Honor. They've had me on medication. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do and staying out of trouble. They even called me today, but I've been here. I'm doing my,
You truly don't get it. You were not supposed to go over there.
I understand, I do.
If you really wanted to achieve that goal, you could have called a friend to go pick the generator up and said, hey, I can't go over there. There are other ways of achieving a goal than you going over there.
I tried, Your Honor. I tried everybody.
Then
But
don't get it.
It won't happen again, I promise.
It's not, no, you're right. It's not going to happen again. Yeah, I have no choice but to put you in custody. You have a felony assault, a violation of a protective order, already a felony one, and now a misdemeanor assault, and you continue to violate conditions. I'm not letting you go. That's it. I want you to understand that I mean business. He goes with you.
Can I ask you how long is this for, or what's this?
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
misdemeanor assault and the felony are the same transaction. It's the same day, so it's not like some pattern of ongoing violence here. He has no criminal history. His PSA is a 1 and a 1.
I'm not, look, I want to get the message across. Okay, a little jail therapy, and let's see where we go. Sam, am I out to kill people? No,
I mean,
I don't, you can't justify it. There's 2 open felony cases and a misdemeanor assault, and he's still going over there in violation of everybody's conditions. I'm not out for blood. I'd like a little therapy. And then, I don't know, what do you think?
Well, we have a probation offer on right now, and I'm talking to felony right now to resolve all of them. Middle of talking about that right now. But I do think there needs to be some type of therapy. But it seems like he's already, based on what he says.
He's been in counseling, yeah.
Which is good to hear.
He was in yeah, he was talking about wanting to do it whenever I first met him in custody.
Council and I, we can talk really quick. We didn't hear about what happened with his medical episode. Is it that fine?
He's claiming his sugar and all that. I still need to get him out of here so he can see.
And when do we put him on for Friday? And then I'm willing to, if you're okay with it, either reinstate or, damn, those skills really got me like boo-boo. Either letting him out, reinstating, and let's see if he gets the message. I'm not out, this isn't a capital one, right? But I want him to understand that we mean business, and hopefully a couple days will be sufficient for him to get the word. The fear of not knowing when you get out, when you're going to get out, it's the worst. It sucks. It's awful. And hopefully that'll be enough. And we'll go from there. I agree with you. It's not the worst, but nevertheless, it's still a violation. And when you have 2 open and then another 3 open, I'm not down with that. Really. So come back Friday and please don't. Because I want him to get the notion that we mean business. Okay.
What's the bond amount?
What's it at now? 5,000? To probation. Do you see how many people we put in jail on a daily basis? Shh. Do you want to go to jail? You're begging for it. The idea of what?
I'm sorry.
Sorries mean something when you say it once, when you say it twice, but when you repeatedly say sorry, they have no meaning. If my kid tells me sorry one time and I say, okay, don't do it again. And they do it again and they say sorry again. And I say, come on, man. and then they do it again, what is the value of that sorry? Zero. You have done what while you're on probation? What have you done?
I get up late.
You have had, so because of your work, how long have you been on probation? Nearly a year?
Since April 20th of 2023.
Since April of last year, you're telling me that you couldn't carve out any time to do a 2-hour class? Is that how damn busy you are?
Because it started at 6, and one time I got fired from my job, and then I got rehired again. I work as a mechanic, so my boss, he don't let me go out before I close the shop until 8.
There are other times that you can do it, Mr. Tsok.
I
Other
asked
than
him.
that,
That's the only option they give me to 6 p.m. to start.
I'm now going to give you a the reason I'm bringing you here now is to give you the opportunity to complete this without having to go to jail. This is the absolute last chance. And if you need me to treat you like a child, then I will. And do this in a very strict manner where one time that doesn't get done, guess what's going to happen? Right. And then what happens if you go to jail?
I always apply nothing for my kids.
Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
My honor.
Then you will be in custody for how long do you think? I would say give or take 9 months. This is why I'm trying to give you the opportunity. But I'm going to tell you now, forewarned is fair warned. You will not get another one from me. You were supposed to complete a DWI repeat offender education class, which you haven't done. You were supposed to complete a victim impact panel, which has not been done. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set you for 2 weeks from today. You must have the repeat offender education class done within 2 weeks. Do you want, well, I don't know. The repeat offender, it's a lot longer actually, isn't it? Tell me what's,
But you should be able to do the victim impact sample within 2 weeks. The repeat offender, maybe like a month.
how long is the repeat offender class?
It just kind of varies depending, but I think like 3 weeks.
Okay, to me, the most important one is the education class because this isn't his first DWI and I want him to learn from this. If you're going to have to learn the hard way, then so be it. But no more excuses. You need to do whatever you need to do to get this stuff done. You want to start with the victim impact? Okay, let's start that. You have 2 weeks to get the victim impact panel done.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to bring you back. If you have it done, then we will move on to the next step. If you don't have it done, life will really not go well for you, Mr. Tsok. Understand? He has a device. Please tell me so.
He does.
Good.
He does.
Okay. What I'm going to have you do is I'll have you take a seat now. I will give you the opportunity to pick whatever day you want to come back. If you don't have it done, I've done my part to be fair to you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Please. Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. You have 2 weeks to get started on this application to get your high school diploma. And I promise you on everything that's holy in this life, Mr. Clark, if you partake in one iota of marijuana from now on, I'm gonna lock you up and I'm gonna make your bond so high, you're gonna split into 15. I'm so upset with you at this point that I can't even see straight. You've done nothing in this life to better yourself in any way. And I'm gonna tell you now that it's such a damn shame. I don't know who you have in your life pushing you to try to better yourself. Apparently, it's no one, because let me ask you, would anybody in this life be proud of you at this moment? Is your mom around? Come on up, ma'am.
She got me a lawyer too.
Sorry?
She got me a lawyer. I got a lawyer.
Put your back on the edge of that desk. Please.
He has never graduated high school. And what I wanted to do was, at the very minimum, get him a high school diploma, because he'll never achieve anything in this life, at the very minimum, without a high school diploma. Go ahead.
Oh, he was going to school, but the school he was going to, Richard Milburn, he was going there. But they, messed up on his credits or something. And so I just took him out.
He
because they wanted
needs,
him to, start all back over again. But he had his credits, but they dropped, they removed him,
so perhaps what we need to do is get him into a GED program, because he's now too old to get back into high school. They're not gonna let him back. So at a minimum, he needs to get a high school diploma. What I was gonna do, or a GED, I'm sorry, a GED.
Okay.
What I was gonna do is give him a lawyer today.
I had him one. I got him one out of here.
It's okay. It's up to you. I was gonna give him a lawyer today.
Oh, you don't give him one?
I was gonna give him one today.
That's fine.
Have you already paid the lawyer?
No, sir. not
Then
yet.
don't. Save your money.
Okay.
I would prefer you spend that money on getting him GED classes and paying for him to get his high school diploma. You will go nowhere in life without a minimum, a high school diploma. And I'm telling you, I'm going to test you 31 days from today. You test positive for marijuana. Guess what's going to happen?
Get locked up.
Right. And I'm going to make your bond so high. Woo, your granny's going to be spinning. That's how high it's going to be. Do you understand? No more smoking marijuana. And if you have any issues as to why you can't stop, you better find another release. There are other things you can do. Don't smoke weed. I don't care if you come in here, try to tell me that you're in a car with 4 other people and they were hot boxing. I don't care. Jesus tells you you got to do something differently. Do not smoke weed. I will set your case for 2 weeks from today. And I want to see what you have done to start getting GED classes. Do you understand? I'm going to push you until you get this. And if you can't, then you're going to go to a place where you're going to be all alone doing it, away from the public. We're going to do this either the easy way or the hard way. How that happens depends on you. You hold the proverbial keys to the jail cell. Now, if you ever have a problem with him, you let me know and I will straighten him out for you. Does he live with you? Okay. Mom, anything you need, you let me know. If he starts acting up in any way to you, I'll help you out in any way you need.
You don't do nothing. You was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what I see.
That may be, but the course that he set for himself now will end up nowhere in life. It doesn't matter whether you're in this place or you're back there. The course for your future is headed this way, that way. It's not headed up to the stars like it should be. This life is about one thing and one thing only: money. And if you don't have money, your life is going to suck forever and a day. The divorce rate in this country is so high because of one reason: no money. Women and men fight ad nauseum because they have no money. And if you don't have money, nothing good's going to happen to you in life. The only way you're going to get it is with this knowledge. And the only way you do that is by learning and by schooling. Do you understand? So I'm going to be on you so much, you're going to think that we're... All right. It's late now. So what do you want to do, Victoria, as far as a lawyer's
I
concerned?
already reached out to Sims. He said he can Zoom on in about 5 minutes.
Okay. I've got you a lawyer. We will set you for 2 weeks from today. You know what's expected of you. You will be tested 31 days from today. You test positive, that tells me that you've continued to smoke and that you've blown me off. You know what's going to happen. When you come back in 2 weeks, I want to see what you've done. All you have to do is Google "get my GED." You can also reach out to the lawyer that we've given you. They have social services through the MAC, which is like an agency that helps lawyers with services that can also help you with getting classes for you so that you can get your GED. Do you understand? Okay, just take a seat for me. We'll be back with you shortly. You can go back there, that's fine.
Judge, you want me to address, I think a new appointment, Dan Clark?
All right, come up, Mr. Clark. All right, Mr. Clark, do you have a cell phone? What is your cell phone number? 8. That's a lawyer that we've appointed to represent you. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me that you're playing games, that you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will revoke the PR bond.
I look my phone off. Can you use my mom number?
Okay, let me give you mom's number, James.
Yes, Judge. Got it, Judge.
So James, he does not have a high school diploma. I've told him to start working on the GED program like we've done before. If they need MAC services, please let him know about it. If they need any kind of help, he's going to reach out to you here within the hour. You must talk to him about the case. I've also told him that he will be back in 31 days to take a drug test. If he tests positive for marijuana, he knows what's going to happen. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Good luck, sir. See you in a couple weeks.
Judge, is
All right.
7:29?
How's the 29th, James?
7:29 or 8? Is it 7:29?
7, yeah.
Do you want him to bring proof that he's working on his GED?
Correct.
Okay, sure. That's fine with me. 7:29. All right, maybe excuse Judge. I'll reach out
Thanks,
to him
James.
today.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming back.
No worries. Thank you, Your Honor. Bye.
Right, coming up, Mr. Garcia. This is Mr. Garcia, Anna. What is your cell phone, sir?
You can get in contact with me at 713.
Okay.
Whose number is that?
My mother's.
That's mom's phone number, Anna.
Okay.
So Mr. Garcia has been unable to work within the last year and a half.
Okay,
I'm also going to bring you back in, well, actually, 31 days from today, you will be drug tested. Don't test positive for anything. It's not going to go well. Likewise, I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job.
Of course.
Show me the applications and we'll go from there. All right? So Anna's going to reach out to you here momentarily so you guys can talk about the case and we'll go from there.
Thank you very much.
All right. So just hang tight. Sign a reset.
Thank you.
okay. And you said 2 weeks on him, Judge?
Yes, I want him to start being a working man.
Okay.
Judge, what was that on this one?
So 2 weeks from today to come back to see what he's done to get a job. And then after that, we're going to bring it back 31 days to see what he's done, or I'm sorry, to take a drug test. So
7/29?
how's 7/29, Anna?
That's perfect. I will be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
That makes it a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000.
Next court date's May 28th at 8:30.
The 28th.
Tomorrow, well, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, plea walk. Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Plea walk from the
Steps here, right?
state. Hold on just a second, let me talk to him just for a second, Mr. Wiggins. You got a plea offer from the state, do you see that? Y'all have it out there? Huh?
No, we don't have it.
What do y'all want me to do? Just talk to him about it? All right, the state has offered to let you plead to the charge of trespass. I guess is this case right here? Okay. You have a separate pending case of trespass. You can plead guilty to it. The state would this plea offers you serve 2 days in the Bay County Jail, giving credit for 2 days, pay fines and cost of $400. You may substitute 35 hours in the community, 35 hours of community service work in the Bay County Work Program in lieu of the $350 fine. And they'll dismiss this camping on the beach.
Say that one more time.
You can plead to a trespass you have pending. You'll be sentenced to 2 days in the Bay County Jail, given credit for 2 days. You're to pay a fine of $400. You may substitute 35 hours in the Bay County Work Program in lieu of that fine, in lieu of the $350 of that $400 cost and fines. And the state will drop the camping on the beach.
Okay.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll plea out to that.
Okay, you understand you're waiving your right to go to trial? Yes. All right, let me just sign this one. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Wiggins.
Step to the T. When the green light comes on, you're gonna sign. It's gonna flash and you're gonna sign for a second time. Next. Ready? State your name.
Deontay Gardner. Mr. Gardner, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested on an outstanding capious failure to appear. You've got a new disorderly conduct, which is a second-degree misdemeanor punishment of 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You've also got a violation of probation, resisting officer with violence. On the failure to appear, Judge Campbell said a $2,500 bond. I'm gonna leave that as it is. I'm gonna find probable cause.
Cash or surety?
Just cash or surety. I'm gonna set $1,000 on the disorderly conduct. And Judge Overstreet ordered you be held without bond on the violation of state probation. So your next court date on the misdemeanor.
I was held because of the hurricane. I haven't been back on this since the hurricane. We had to leave from when they put me on probation for this change charge I've been fighting since I was 17 years old. So when I came back here, they locked me up.
Listen to me, there's nothing I can do about that warrant today. Whoever's got Judge Overstreet's docket, you'll have to talk to them. I'm gonna leave that as it is. Your next court date on the misdemeanors are May 28th at 8:30. And on the violation of probation is June 11th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
So you say the violation of probation is June 11th?
Yes. Wait. Step to your right to the T. Step over, sir. Step on the T. Not you. You step on the X. State your name, sir.
Eric Appleby.
Mr. Appleby, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of driving under the influence. That's a traffic misdemeanor. If it's your first offense, it's punishment of 6 months in the county jail and a $500 fine. I review the Florida DUI uniform traffic citation. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Where do you live?
Pardon me?
Where do you live?
Yeah.
I live here in Panama City.
How long have you lived in Bay County?
About 4 years.
Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I work for HG Harders and Sons.
Okay. And is there a prior record on Mr. Appleby?
DUI 15, 17, and 19.
This could be a third-degree felony, punishment of 5 years in Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine based on the prior DUIs. Based on those DUIs, I'm gonna set a $1,500 bond on this case. Your next court date's June 27th at 8:30. You'll submit the random UAs and breathalyzers as directed by the court. Yes, ma'am.
Could you let him know his phone number? I know he doesn't know my phone number. He hasn't been able to get a.
Okay, ma'am. Sir, your girlfriend is present in the courtroom, ma'am. If you want to state your name.
Shauna Goodman?
Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
He can see you on that.
All right. Your next court date will be June 27th at 8:30. You'll submit the random UAs and breathalyzers as directed by the court. You shall not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages while on release. Good luck to you, sir.
Is there any way I can
Step
get
to your
my-
right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign for your copy. Next. Ready, sir? State your name.
John Meeks.
Mr. Meeks, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of driving under the influence. That's a traffic misdemeanor, punishment of 6 months in the county jail and a $500 fine if it's your first offense. And resisting officer without violence, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishment of 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the Florida DUI uniform traffic citation as well as the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Mr. Meeks, where do you live?
Birmingham, Alabama, or Bessemer, Alabama.
And what are you doing in Bay County?
Funeral on Saturday. There was a funeral for a friend.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Meeks?
No history, sir.
Pardon?
No history, sir.
All right, Mr. Meeks, I'll recommend you to the pretrial release program. That'll get you out of jail whenever we put up a bond. There's some standard conditions you'll have to abide by. The special conditions, you'll submit the random UAs and breathalyzers as directed by the court. You shall not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages while on release. Your next court date's June 27th at 8:30. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Ready, sir? State your name.
Drake Henderson.
Mr. Henderson, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of possession of marijuana less than 2 grams. That's the first degree misdemeanor plus 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. And one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a first degree misdemeanor plus 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
In Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
What are you doing in Bay County?
Vacation.
Okay. And are you working in Baton Rouge?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I work for Epic Piping. I'm a welder.
Okay. Is there a prior record on Mr. Henderson?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. The state has got a plea. Is this charge?
Yes.
All right. If you'll plead to 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia, you'll be on probation for 1 year. I guess that'd be mail-in. Or 15. Oh, you'll be adjudicated guilty. Oh, adjudication of guilt will be withheld. You'll be ordered to pay fines and costs of $400. You'll be given 1 year to pay that. If you fail to pay it with that year, you'll serve 15 days in jail. Is that something you're interested in?
Yes.
You understand you're waiving your right to go to trial?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll accept that plea when you get it. I'm on these right here, I'm gonna just set.
Can I pay today?
Each of these until he signs that, okay? All right, so you get that paperwork, you'll be released today and you'll have a year to pay that $400. You understand?
Thank you, sir.
Is it probation or was it, paid to?
No, it's pay a fine, and if he doesn't pay the fine within, he'll serve 15 days in jail.
Thank you. Yes, you can. If you get out in time, you can pay it today. Step on the T. When the green light comes on, sign. It's gonna blink and then you'll sign again. Next. Red X. Face the TV and state your name.
Mr. Allen, you're before the court, your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You can charge 1 count of trespassing. That's a second degree misdemeanor, punishment 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. 1 count of possession of marijuana less than 20, which is a first degree misdemeanor, punishment 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. And 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a first degree misdemeanor, punishment 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. I believe the state has offered you a plea also. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can plead on these charges. You can plead 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia. Adjudication of guilt is withheld. You're ordered to pay fines and costs of $400. You're giving 1 year to pay that. If you don't pay it, you'll serve 15 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You want to waive your right to go to trial?
Yes, sir.
All right, I am going to pre-trial release him on all these accounts, and then once he signs this paperwork, sir, you'll be released from custody. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
So I'll get out today?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Step on the T. Go to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, state your name.
Caden Silva.
Mr. Zaka, court today for your first appearance. You've been charged with 1 count of resisting officer without violence. That's a first degree misdemeanor, punishment 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Based on your financial affidavit, I can appoint the Office of Public Defender. Sir, where do you live?
Basically on Front Beach.
All right, how long have you lived in Bay County?
I just moved here.
From where?
Like, Pensacola. Because
All right,
I
is
have
there
a buddy help.
Is there a prior record, Mr. Soka?
He has a flea and elude in 23.
All right, sir, based on your lack of context to the community, I'm gonna set a $500 bond. Your next court date's May 28th at 8:30. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Hold on.
Thank you.
your name.
Elijah Seegersmeyer.
Mr. Seegersmeyer, you're before the court today for your first appearance. Based on your financial affidavit, I can't appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You've been charged with 1 count of domestic violence battery. That's a first degree misdemeanor, punishment to 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. And 1 count of resisting the officer without violence. That's a first degree misdemeanor, punishment to 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
I live at 4709 East 3rd Street in Parker, Florida, sir.
How long have you lived in Bay County?
All my life.
Are you working?
Yes, sir. I have my own LLC. It's Legacy Builders and Installers, and we specialize in interior carpentry cabinets and LVP floors.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Seegersmeyer?
I have him on probation for a DUI and I also have him on federal probation.
Federal probation?
Yes, sir. He has local and federal.
The local's complete. They just extended it for a monetary fine. This federal's supervised release, and I'll be contacting him if I can get up out of here and letting him know about that.
What's the case in the probation?
242087 CT.
I'm gonna set a $1,500 bond on the battery, $1,500 on the resisting without violence. I'm gonna issue a warrant for violation of probation. He'll be held without bond on that. Next court date on the misdemeanor will be June 27th at 8:30. Good luck to you, sir.
Sir, my probation's complete. I gotta pay a fine.
Yes, sir. That means it's not complete, so that'll be up between you and the judge.
June 27th?
Yes,
Come
sir.
back
That's
tomorrow
June
for our court day on the
27th.
VLP.
Okay.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign for your copy. Ready, sir? State your name.
Darren Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, you're before the court today for your first appearance. You're not asking for the public defender, so I want to point on, you've been charged with 1 count of driving under the influence. That's a traffic misdemeanor, punishment for 1 year in the 6 months in the county jail and a $500 fine if it's your first offense. I reviewed the Florida DUI uniform traffic citation. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Mr. Holmes, where do you live?
Here in Florida, in Panama City Beach.
How long have you lived in Bay County?
6 years.
Are you working?
I'm disabled and I do have a part-time job.
Okay, and is there a prior record on Mr. Holmes?
Nothing says 12 out of Illinois, and it was just a violation of a Liquor Control Act.
All right, Mr. Holmes, I'm gonna recommend you to the pretrial release program. That'll get you out of jail, and that'll put up a bond. There's some standard conditions like abide by the special conditions. You'll submit random UAs, equalizers as directed by the court or by the pretrial release program. You shall not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages while on release. Your next court date is June 27th at 8:30.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next, red X, face the TV, state your name.
Mr. Arts, you're before the court today for your first appearance. You've been charged with 1 count of with no valid driver's license. I see. Second degree misdemeanor, punishment to 6 months, 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I have reviewed the Florida Uniform Traffic Citation. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. The state has offered a plea. If you will plead to this charge, you'll be ordered to pay a fine of $400. You'll be given 1 year to pay that fine. If you do not pay it, you'll serve 15 days in the Bay County Jail. Is that something you're interested in?
Do you want to do it or you want him to give you a bond? That's what he's asking. Do you want to
Get out.
Yeah,
I want to get out.
you can get out. Or do you want to take the plea he's offering you, pay a fine in a year? Or do you want him to set you a bond?
I'll pay a fine a year, I get out. I want to pay the fine a year. I could do that.
What you're doing is you're waiving your right to go to trial. You're waiving your right to require the state prove the allegations against you. would do is you plead no contest to one count of no valid driver's license. See. Adjudication of guilt will be withheld. You'll be ordered to pay a court cost and fines of $400. If you don't pay that within the year, you'll serve 15 days in the Bay County Jail.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll pay it by a year.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna accept that plea. I'm gonna release him right now on this charge, and he can sign that, and he can finished. Oh, here's the second part of that.
Step to your right to the T. The green light's gonna come on, you're gonna sign it, it's gonna blink and come back on, you'll sign twice. State your name.
Jeremy McCartney.
McCartney, you're before the court today for your first appearance. You're not asking for the public defender, so I'm not gonna appoint him. You've been charged with one count of driving under the influence. That's a traffic misdemeanor, punishable to 6 months in the county jail and a $500 fine. If it's your first offense. I'm reviewing the Florida Uniform Traffic Citation. I don't find problem. I don't see it. Do you, Mr. King? Am I right? Where, Mr. McCartney, where do you live?
I just moved down here. I stay with a friend of mine.
Is there a property, Mr. McCartney?
Out of Georgia, 21, possession of meth, VLP 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, burglary, ag assault, robbery, and 11 with 1 FTA.
Well, I find no probable cause. I'm gonna ROR him. I'll give the state, how much time? 72 hours, 48 hours? What do y'all usually get? No probable cause, 72 hours to amend.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, you're gonna sign. Next, wait for the light. There you go.
Thank you. All right, sir, state your name.
Tyler Glasgow.
Mr. Glasgow, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the officer of public defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of aggravated battery on a on a pregnant individual. That's a second-degree felony, punishable to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $10,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
I live in Indiana, sir.
All right, and what are you doing in Bay County?
I came down here on vacation with my best friend.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Glasgow?
Yes, sir. Kentucky 25, domestic battery, Indiana FTA and 20 times 2, 21, 23, child neglect 21, 22 times 3, domestic controlled substance and 20. It goes back to 15 with a CCF in Indiana.
All right, sir, I'm gonna, based on your prior record, your lack of context, the immunity, I'm gonna set a $25,000 bond. Your next court date's June 12th at 9 o'clock. You're to have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim in the case. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign for your copy. Next, 25. Red X, sir. State your name.
Mr. Stone, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the officer of defender to represent you. You've been charged with 2 counts, 1 count of felony petty theft. That's a 3rd-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine, and trespassing, which is a 2nd-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Mr. Stone, where do you live?
Actually, right now, I was staying at a friend, but I don't know if I'll be able to stay anymore.
All right, are you working?
No, quite right now, no, sir. Not at the moment.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Stone?
Yes, sir. 21 locally, FTA, ag assault, battery on the firefighter, EMT, resisting with para. 20 shoplifting, loitering, petty theft, FTA times 3, 4, and 19 with grand theft and unarmed burglary.
All right, sir, based on based on your prior record and failure to appear, I'm gonna set a bond of 5,000 on the felony petty theft, 500 on the trespassing. Your next court date's July 7th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign for your copy. State your name, sir.
Mr. Staten, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with 3 counts, 1 count of possession of methamphetamine. That's a third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. And 1 count of possession of marijuana less than 20 grams, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Mr. Staten, where do you live?
3523 Eagle Lane, sir.
All right, how long have you lived in Bay County?
50 years.
All right, and are you working?
I've been working, but the people that own the store and sold the store, and the new people that took over let everybody go.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Staten?
I had it on felony probation. 24 fleeing elude, DWLSR, 15 ag assault with a deadly weapon, goes into the 90s prior to that with the DUI.
Is he on probation?
Yes, sir, felony.
What's the case number?
I do not have the case number because it was on the original charging document on my side. So I didn't write it down.
I think it's in Chipley.
It's Bay County. What's the case number?
24 CF 899.
10-4.
All right, I'm gonna issue a warrant on that case number. Based on the new charges, he'll be held without bond. On the new charges, I'll set a 5,000 on the meth, 1,000 on the possession of paraphernalia, 1,000 on the possession of marijuana. His next July 21st at 9 o'clock. He'll submit the random UAs as directed by the court. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Step to your right.
Stepping on the X.
You said the 21st of July. Yeah. State your name, sir.
Jeremy Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with 1 count of fleeing and attempting to elude with lights and siren. That's a third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine, and 1 count of driving while license suspended or revoked, habitual offender, third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
Bay County.
How long have you lived in Bay County?
Since 2012.
Are you working?
No, sir, not at the moment.
Is there a prior record on Mr. Smith?
His notice, he's on bond on 2 different case numbers.
What are those case numbers?
They're both gonna be 24. You have 2960 and 2979 CF.
All right, on the new charges, I'm gonna set a $5,000 bond on each of those for a total of $10,000. His next court date's July 7th at 9 o'clock on the, I'm gonna issue, I'm gonna revoke his release on the old charges, and he'll be held without bond on those. Good luck to you, sir.
Take step to your right to the T, July 7th. Ready, sir? Face the TV, state your name.
Chad Rouse.
Mr. Rouse, you're before the court today for your first appearance. You've been charged with one count of simple battery. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, punishment 1 year in the county jail, $1,000 fine. You're not asking for the public defender, so I'm not going to appoint him. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Sir, where do you live?
I live in Indiana.
What contacts do you have in Bay County?
I'm here on vacation, actually.
All right. Is there a prior record on Mr.
No, sir.
No.
All right, sir, I recommend you to the pretrial release program. That'll get you out of jail. I'm going to put up a bond. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim. Your next court date is June 27th at 8:30. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Ready, sir? State your name.
Michael Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with one count of loitering or prowling. That's a second-degree misdemeanor, punishment to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. The state has offered a plea offer. If you'd like to plea, you'd be adjudicated guilty. Serve 1 day in the Bay County Jail, give credit for 1 day, pay a fine of $400. That's all, isn't it? And no contact with the address. Is that something you're interested in doing?
What was it? How many days in jail?
1 day, credit for 1 day. You
So
get
I
out
do 1 day.
1 day, you get credit for 1 day. You get credit for the time you served, and you'd have a year to pay $400.
I paid $400.
All right, you want to waive your right to go to trial? All right, I'll do that. If you'll sign it, you'll be released today. I'll release you today on the pretrial release. You'd have no contact with that address. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, you're gonna sign. It's gonna blink and you'll